Alright, welcome back. Today we're doing another stream review, replay review from EU this time, featuring some really great players, including the ones you see here. And we're gonna just quickly pass over the draft. I believe the draft is bugged out, but we should be seeing some great things. We can see some pretty bad runes right away here. I don't know who made these pages, but looks like they need to improve. Alright, and we've got our tab here. Here are the teams. Alright, we're going to jump in game. Let's slow this down and let's get to the side of everyone. We can look at items here. Alright, Yadi, you've got a Manx here. Looks like, well, I can't see the runes obviously, but it's like a standard build. Mother, we've got a coil and a sentry ward. No gem here, and we have a transport. I'm finding transport to be weaker and weaker as time goes by, but it's still effective if used properly. We've got the players teleporting in, and we've got a burrito in the mid lane. He has a soul engine rather than the mid item. Kind of odd choice there. Not really what we would want to see. Buckler on Black Hat, that's standard. You can see he also has the Fortify. Not usually necessary on a Rob, but nothing to complain about. And Random has a pretty standard build with a word start. Pretty standard here build. You should see pretty much similar to Black Cat on the tanks. And Mother has a health potion as well. Interesting. Yadi has the jungle setup. I believe he mentioned that during his start. Got Yami with just the blade and Mobaholic with the standard jungle build for, let's say, weaker junglers. I'm going to start with a little skirmish here. See the mineral patches are all up. There's nobody in the top lane picking these up, not even on the blue side. And it looks like we have a skirmish. Yadi is going to start his camp very late here. You can see Boris already on his second camp. He's going to hit level 2. He's getting a little help. Gonna grab these health back. Black Cat looking at it. We've got new player going down already. And still no minerals taken on the top side. Nobody's farming out the way. It looks like we have an odd choice. Mother should be here already, but it looks like he hasn't found his way to that lane, so he's gonna sit around here and just look at creeps. Yeti continuing his very slow clear here. He could have used a little bit of a startup. New player is gonna run back up the lane. He's gonna meet Black Cat there. And you kind of want to see your characters that don't really need that much farm hover around lanes where they're going to have an impact. You can see that's really not the case here. We're just, we're doing nothing. We've got the micro farming here, so he's going to go get his items, and then you've just got Mother here who's giving vision. Up here in the mid lane, we've got the Overlord who does have proper items, so he is going to be scaling. Burrito, not as much, but the Soul Engine should function. It's just kind of a downgrade. Unless you're expecting to completely push out in lane, which would not be the case here. It's really not the best way to do it. You can see the mineral patch is still untouched here. Black Cat and Jack kind of having a one-on-one there. And a similar thing here. Absolutely nothing going on in this lane. You might as well just have two wards right here on each side, because there's not going to be a whole lot going on. Mid side, same thing as well. Not really a whole lot going on here. Not much energy on the Science Vessel. You can tell that he's not optimized these runes. Probably just a new player thing. This Boris here continuing to get farm. It looks like he's acting at it. He's not really going to be contested. There's no support on the map to go get him. And then Yadi's going to be farming quite slow on the max, so that's going to take quite a while to get anywhere. He's still level 2 at 4 minutes and a half, so obviously one of those dank builds they got in NA. New player level 3. Everyone's still quite really low at this stage in the game. Yadi just doing a little bit of a tour of the jungle here. It looks like he finally found his way to the river, and he is going to hit rocks. You could say we've hit rock bottom here, because we've got a couple griefers on this team. On the blue team, just a little bit of grief on this build here. Top side, we're going to look at Black Cat. He has not gotten his item yet. We're probably expecting something from him. Yadi going to start the boss at level 2 here. He's, yeah, it's great. Level 4 in the mid lane. We're starting to do something here. We've got Mother finally finding his way out of the lane where he was not doing much. And it looks like he's going to find his way to the river and maybe do a little something in there. Level 3 currently. Looks like he's about leveled even with the rest of the lanes. Except obviously the mid lane, which is faster. We've got a little room here. We've got Mother found the jungler, and it looks like he's going to waste a bit of his time here. Tank the E, he's going to tank the Bola as well. Jack is coming back. Not too much going on here. Science Vessel is going to find this a blue ward. I assume that's a blue ward, and that's how he saw it. Usually you can have one ward here, check on this one, and then you would know that the other one is the one you want to take over. Got another skirmish here. Jack's getting chased. Yeti pulling up. Maybe he'll take some of these camps here. We don't know. Looks like he's just going to leave them to the Boros right in front of their vision. It doesn't look like any of these players have the... Yeah, they don't have wards, so we'll probably have to wait 10 minutes to get some wards going. FedEx needs to go, so he's going to have to go somewhere. And it looks like we've got a kill in the bottom lane. It looks like he overextended. He's cooked. And same thing here. Not really a whole lot going on. You can see there's a lot of crystals to pick up here. Not really something that can be done unless one of the players kind of goes out of his way to do a little lap there, which usually that's going to come out of like higher tier players, so you shouldn't expect too much here. Same thing here. This minerals scratch up should be easy for Jack to actually spot a lot of things here. He should be able to put mines kind of everywhere here, especially using his mana when he's recalling. So Yeti still level 4 at 8 minutes. We're going to speed this up because there's absolutely nothing going on in this game. We've got the blue team picking up some of the crystals here. Mother giving vision in the bottom lane, and once again, it looks like he's doing a lot right now. Yadi, same thing, just the fastest farming speed you've ever seen. Definitely one of those tailored builds that he came up with. Might have another overextender, he's not quite dead yet. Got 3 players here, but there's probably not going to be any pick potential just based on the quality of the level here. Mother is just going to go down. It looks like he didn't expect the damage to come through. Jack, same thing, just building up. We've got a Scavenger's Veil here, kind of an odd build. I don't know if he really knows what it does. We've got a pick on Bjort. I don't know how he died. He probably doesn't know how he died, but he has gone down. Probably to the warp shard there. Probably a warp shard away. And we've got Random once again just rewarding this. Don't worry about it. There's nothing going on in this lane. Top site, kind of the same. Nothing going on. FedEx still has not returned, so he's just gathering some minerals in base. Mother has found his way to the mid lane here. He's actually getting some farm and some XP. It'll do him some good. Yadi finally hit level 6 at 12 minutes, and it looks like he's continuing his jungle. We've got Mother back in the bottom lane here. Not sure what he figured he would do, but he's back, and he's looking. We're providing vision for this bush here. Yeti getting a little bit of mid farm. He's gonna need it. He's absolutely broke in mindset, in gameplay, and in money. We've got Mother going down again. It looked like he was trying to provide vision a little bit too far here, and he went down. A little skirmish in the mid. Obviously, Mike's not gonna go down to that. We've got Jack going again. We're gonna speed this up more since there's nothing to see. Just plain. Alright, FedEx is back. He's back on the farm. Let me see if I can pick up his item. He does have a sibling money, so he did pick it up. Farming top, bottom. Boris just farming camps the entire game. And where is Yadi? Yadi is farming some camps up here as well. Not too much going on. We've got nothing going on here. Same thing mid lane. And same thing top lane. So absolutely no plays being made on this entire map. It looks like just neither of the teams have any opportunity to make any plays anywhere. So just kind of a classic game. They're so to expect, kind of classic EU game. Got a little bit of a skirmish in the mid lane here. We've got Mother just going in 1v2. It looked like he couldn't beat them. Maybe if he outplayed them, it would have been a different outcome. Got Yami stepping in here. Looks like he's going to run out the fast hunters. We did cover that on the last review. A little bit of skirmish stop. It's still Jack versus Rob, and the changes there. We've got another toss here with the Huntress running out on the side. Looks like he's going to make it out once again. Mank's not really a good chase character, so should expect that. Got a little bit more skirmishing going on here. We should have a decent ult from Mother, but it looks like it was not enough to layer the CC and get the kill. Got Burrito going in here. This toss from the micro. And Black Cat is gonna run in and run out. Same thing for Mother. Everybody is low. We're gonna get a toss on Mother, who's not gonna make it out. And it really does look like we're just watching paint dry in this game. I don't even know if the players know what they're doing. It's just on autopilot. You can see FedEx here just TPs in, but dies to 4 people. And it looks like this tower is not going to be very long, but Yadi does save it with some well-timed wave clear. We got Mopaholic here, just not doing a whole lot in the game, but it is a player. And we got Hunter getting tossed here. He is going to go down. Black Cat overextended, but he still has his dash. Burrito coming through. He's going to make it out as well, so not much overall. The Huntress does get taken down, so that's a reset. Another run in from the micro. He gets canceled here. Boros gets on the Meg. Probably not going to kill that. It's a little bit too tanky. Meg's going to run to East Tower, and he looks fine for now, but he's going to try to outplay here. He is going to get picked up. The tower goes down as well. He doesn't make it. Jack all the way up to the top turret. He is pushing. Same thing mid side, we're getting a little bit of damage here. Overlord not doing too much at this stage in the game. He still needs a couple items to do a little bit more. And blue team peels off back onto the camp up here. We've got Jack trying to set up a kill. He does get the Boros here. Very good pickup. He might make it out of this here. He drops a mine, clears the creeps. He's got plenty of mines here. Obviously not doing too much to Black Cat, but he should definitely pop these since they're low on timers. Ideally, I want to pop all of these just because they're going to expire. And there is a bug with Greeless. Greeless is, I believe, has a problem with the hitbox. So if you try to use specific abilities on it, it will just cancel. So something to keep in mind there. That does seem to affect micro. Obviously something that may or may not be solved in the next 5 years. So your eyes out for it. And we've got another skirmish mid here. Yadi obviously kind of a slow character, so you need to really prep the targets and layer CC for him to be able to deal damage. We've got the Rob getting tossed in, kind of just a little bit of damage here. Obviously we've mentioned that the Greeless is bugged, so very difficult target to go for. So any target that gets tossed in is probably the best you can get, and you really just want to layer some damage onto them as much as possible so you can continue to push. Once Rob is out of the picture, you can go for other players. Another solo ults. Burrito here gets completely cooked by himself. Not really a great play here. Got him in the corner. He doesn't need help, but he's not going to really get much. He goes down as well. And it looks like it's a 1 for 2 here with 4 players going down. We've got another toss here. It looks like he's buying time. Not really a lot going on. He's going to chase him. Obviously not going for a kill. Jack's setting up more mines here. He's looking to kind of farm out this wave, so we'll see if he can maybe hold on to the mid team here. 3 blue sides in the mid. That's 4 now, 5. So everybody's mid. For the red team, we've got, yeah, he's pushing the top side, and the micro pushing the bottom. You ideally probably want your Jack or your Overlord in the bottom wave if you're pushing out, but it looks like they're playing in the mid. The Overlord does go down. We have a nice mine on Europe here who does go down as well. Jack is going to try to run out. It looks like he's doing a little bit too much movement, but he does have his dial. He misses the minerals completely. Everybody missed the minerals. And we've got a TP from Micro here. He's probably going to run mid to try to save this tower. No, he doesn't even. He sees the minerals. He grabs the minerals. He goes bottom. We'll see if the mid tower gets defended. We have Mother dialing in. He's going to put a stun on the tank. Not really a whole lot going on here. Kind of back to that same old meta. Yadi's just chasing up. He's trying to do some damage, but he does not really have much going on. So you're really relying on this Overlord to deal damage at this point in the game. Another ult from Greeless with this Mother down to 0 instantly. Mother should probably get himself a buffer, but we'll see if that happens. Hunter's coming through. Got a Psycho Crusher on him. Dog is low in the back. He's probably going to take a recall. We can see that most of the red team is quite healthy, but you really want that Overlord to have some HP on him if he's going to go in. So it looks like he is going to risk it to do a little bit of poking here. We're just working on the tank once again. Not really any more targets in range. And that tower is going to get low, but they're not going to finish it. Another toss on the tank. He is going to get the Vega W, and we have Fearless going in again, doing some damage. Not really hidden. It looks like the damage got buffered, and Mother goes in and dies again. Kind of just with a sense of death there, but not the first one. Alright, and we've got Black Cat getting low again this time. They are going to pop the ult. They're going to get the tower. They're boxing him again. Not really in range of a kill here. He doesn't have quite the defensive items as of yet, but he's still tanky enough to hold it. Zog gonna go for a quick recall there. Black Cat working on the mines in the middle lane. We've got Micro pushing out the top. Same thing here. You ideally want one of your carries pushing out that wave, but it looks like none of them are able to do so. Yadi just spamming in the mid wave here. He's gonna hold these waves. It looks like he was looking for Black Cat, who ran out. He's got Micro back in the mid looking for a play. We tossed the burrito. Burrito goes down. We've got Huntress coming from the flank here, so all three blue members are on the circle here, but are they going to defend that mid wave? We get Black Cat tossed again, getting some damage on him. Yadi hitting the tower. That does seem like the correct play so far. You don't really want to waste too much time on the tank. You just want him CC'd. Zog goes down. The tower is low. It looks like Yadi's getting chased in the back. He is running out. He does go down. Probably not the best time to be behind the enemy tower here, which is extremely low. The tower does go down. Micro runs out, and looks like Jack is looking for a bait here. He does get the bait. He gets the boards traded by the Greeless. Micro going back in, gets small ultimate. He's not going to pay for it. He runs out. And we've got Mother in the backline. He's going to take a recall as well to see if he can make something happen. We've got another mineral pickup here. Micro running back in the top side. We've got FedEx back in the mid. He's getting dive right now. He does need some help. He is going to dial out but not get any help from anybody. It looked like there was nobody available. Jetty gonna go back in. He's looking for some damage on the tank. Same thing, not really gonna get much there. He needs the CC. Everybody hovering mid. We've got the Huntress pushing bottom by herself. Nobody to match at the moment. We might need a TP here from the red team. Blue team, same thing. Boros free farming. Not really contested. It doesn't look like he's warded or spotted, so whole red team in the middle lane. We do see Black Cat, not really the priority target, but the closest one we can go for. He does get tossed in. Not much damage on the tank here. New player goes down instantly to the Greeless again. We try to do some damage, but it looks like Black Cat can just tank the entire team. And he's going to get tossed under the tower again. He does get boxed this time, and we've got a little bit of a skirmish here. Yadi going way too low. Doesn't look like he has it. Everybody goes down. We've got two members of the red team left over. FedEx still looking to float play here, but he does not have any teammates, and he goes down. Mother looking for the top turret. He found it, and it looks like he's going to get out of there. Boss has reset. We've got a big boss now with 4 alive on the blue team. It looks like they're going to go for it. And we've got the Vega in the back just healing. He could definitely hit this boss, but he's going to put the heals on the Boros. Gets the safe. It doesn't look like this team has much damage. This would be a great time to either ward this or go check, but it doesn't look like anybody on the red team is alive. We've got Jack covering the mid lane here. Yadi is back as well. They do see the gorillas. He's got quite a bit of burst. He just goes down to the mines to go pick up there. Boros gets Yadi overextended once again. We've got another tank pool here. It looks like not much happening. Micro might go down though. It looks like he's full. And we're just poking on the tank once again. There's no carries on this team, so there's nothing to do here. Got Overlord is back, so now we do have the damage there. Need to make sure he stays alive. Mother, he's looking for his way. He might find the map. So move the map. We've got a little bit more skirmish here. We did lose Zog. Okay, we're hovering. And it looks like we got a play with the mines here. The red team is getting chased down. It looks like they're just going to have to run out of here. Got a little bit more stall here going from Micro, who's looking for his team. It looks like Yadi has respawn. Mother getting chased. Mother gets a good bait here. Killed by Yadi. And it looks like we're waiting again. We've got a couple mines left over, but there's not much to work with here. Yadi doing a little bit of poking on the tank. It looks like the tank is stronger than him now. He could probably deal more damage and tank more. And the whole team is back again. Looks like try to pick on Greeless. Probably couldn't pull him. Mother goes down instantly again. Looks like he needs to find a new build. Boros gets a kill on FedEx again, who looked like he did not have help. And we've got Black Cat just kind of tanking out. Yadi not really doing a whole lot of damage. He gets pulled down the center. He does make it out. Micro stalling a bit here. He might pay for it. We do have mines under. We're not going to use the mines. Here go the mines. And it looks like just one trade kill so far. New player is going to successfully run out. He's quite low. Yadi getting pulled again. He gets soloed by this Boros. And the Huntress is going to put the work on the tower. It looks like there's nobody on the red team once again. We have a couple players respawning here. We're walking to the turret. And we're putting down some mines. Mother's looking at his map to make sure it's working properly. We're putting down developer notes on how to move around the map here. Maybe the right click is having some difficulties. We're going to do another circle here. It looks like he needs to shut his gay ass up, but pulling the tank is a problem. So we've got a little bit of banter here, and we can see there's some really high quality items here, just the stuff the team needs. So you can see the core hole right here, and then we've got the silver soul and the parallax, and then here's the dial. We might use that item at some point in time. I think it has been active, but we'll see. Burrito gets picked off by Yadi here. He did find the damage. Got Mother getting some CC on them. Gets another pick here on MOBA, and it looks like we're looking for the Rob here. Can they get them and move on to the map quickly? It looks like they are going to get him. He does go down. There's the ult. Gets tossed again, and they do get the Rob. Now, it would be a great time to go for Aeon, which is open. There's probably not going to be anyone here, so you can get this free gem here. Also, probably would want somebody pushing out that bottom turret so we can get this, but obviously, we don't have the resources for that. We're going to leave the gem in the pit. And we have a TP top to try to hold the push here. It looks like we did find the gem here. We've got a couple mines up here. We've got a little bit of damage here on the buffered up. It looks like an okay build. Not really a big fan of the Eternal Draft, but obviously that team has more money, so I guess they can't afford an extra item, even if it's not so good. We've got Forrest farming up camp here. He did get spotted. It looks like we're gonna look for him. He ults out. Good move by him. Really kind of greedy for this camp, but it looks like he's taking quite a bit of time. He goes on the micro. A big ult. Mother explodes instantly. He is gone. Probably needs some HP and defense on that build. And it looks like we're trying to make more plays here. Micro's going to go low, but he's going to walk out. Yadi doing some damage here. He's not exposed, but FedEx is quite low. FedEx runs out with barely any HP. Micro runs out. FedEx runs out. Mobaholic quite low. He does get taken down by Yadi, but there's not much left on this red team for damage. Sock is going to try to go back and make a play. He does get the box here. Very good play. And we have a drop on the mines. Black Cat is disabled. This looks like a tough build, but it looks like they're going to pull through. They get the 2v4 going on, and Black Hat is quite low. He's going to get stunned up. Are they going to box him? He gets boxed, and he goes down. So very good play by these two players here. You can see they're putting the team on their back, but that might not be enough. We're going to try to push out the tower here, but FedEx is going to head straight to the side shop. He's probably looking for a blue gene, so we're not going to be able to get this turret. And he did get his blue gene, now much stronger on the map. Looks like there's a TP here, so that tower is going to stay there. And we have the boss still up. We're looking for damage that's going to be from Yadi. Overlord does do a little bit more damage now, but his build's not exactly tailored for it, so it's all Yadi here. FedEx looking for a pick. Forrest's going to jump on him. He's quite low. He's not going to make it out here. And we have another regroup after FedEx goes down. It really seemed like he should have his team with him, but that was not the case once again. Got Yeti running down the mid. He's going to push out the wave. Quite the good move here. It's going to give you vision. He's going to allow you to kind of follow up here. He's looking for damage on the other team. He's going to get pinned to the wall. He does pop Tetra and run out, but now he is quite weak, so he's going to need a reset. Have a buffer pop on the Greedus ult, which is kind of missed here. Kind of a good trade of resources, so the red team is stalling. This is good for them. And you just want to see another bit of picking here. You're kind of looking for the carries. Micro going to try to look for the hunters, who runs out. We've got a stun on Yadi, who goes low again. Not really a good time to go low. It does look like we would need a hive from Mother, which is probably never going to happen in 50 years. We've got another big skirmish here. Burrito does go down. A little bit of damage on Micro. Black Hat is quite low here. He's going to sit under the fountain, and he's going to get taken into the box. Micro chasing up. It looks like we've got most of the team here. Yadi should start up this boss and get some help from FedEx. Looks like Micro is going to run down the mid, get some vision up here. These guys should be able to clear this, but it doesn't look like they quite have the sauce. We do pop Tetra here. Good Tetra by Yadi, who finishes up the boss. Got vision in the mid lane, and it looks like Vega is going to try to take the vision here, but get denied, and Micro is going to chase them back to his base. And now we're really looking for these turrets here in the bot and top side. Got Yadi hovering around mid lane. I don't know what tower he's pushing here. He should be immediately going to this top lane here to push. But looks like he's going to have another skirmish to get the hyper cost him. He runs out with low HP. Burrito goes down. Good play by the red team here. Kind of looks like they have a bit of tempo. We've got another toss here on Black Hat. Obviously not going to be too much damage, but just getting some damage through. And Boros is once again farming. He's not on the map as of yet. Jack pushing the bottom lane. That is correct. He's going to face the Huntress. He might lose this. Yeah, he just gets completely taken out. So maybe he should review his ability to solo push. Micro going to get taken in. It looks like he's completely cooked. He does die here. Probably want to try to run to the right side here, but not necessarily a good idea. Yadi is next on the kill list. He gets isolated and he goes down as well. Really a disaster here. Let's see, did we have a dial from Mother? I don't know if he dialed Yadi or his micro, but he might have been able to save them. Fedex on the run here. He needs some help. He does have a Jack TP next to him to help. We're going to have these boss timers here, so quite the quick respawns. Mother looking for a skirmish with Huntress. And he found the skirmish. We've got another fight here. Micro stalling in the center. There's not much going on. We're looking for Yadi for damage, but he has... Where is Yadi? Yadi is in the side shop. He is buying a blue jean, so gonna have to wait for him. Quite a lot of damage on AoE here, but his build is extremely weak, so any help he can get, even from support items, would be tremendous. We've got more stalling from the tanks here. Black Hat and Micro pretty much just doing some stall. They're gonna hit each other. It's not gonna be much. Boar's gonna catch another free wave in the bottom. He's got quite an arsenal of items here, although it does appear to be a little bit poor compared to expectations. We've got a full item Micro and a full item Vega. You can see the hypes and biases here. The Vega player does know how to play support. We've got a big CC layer on Burrito who goes down. Black Cat jumps in. He takes a lot of damage, but he does get the reset on himself. We've got Huntress baiting out all the players here. Yeti running in by himself, but it looks like he is fine. The Huntress trying to get some pin on him. Does get pinned, goes down to the Boros for free. Micro looking for some Boros damage, and Fedex is still here, so we still have some damage on the blue team. Boros does go down, a great pickup. Once again, this duo kind of carrying this dogshit team, kind of what you'd expect. And it looks like it ends up being a 3-4 here in advantage of the red team. They might be able to finally get this tower, which has been kind of stalled. They do get it, and the blue team is still not up. It looks like we're going to be looking for the Sanctum there. Maybe not the best use of resources, but still good intent. And it looks like we're looking for a pick here. Micro is going to TP out, not really looking for the play. And we're going to get a reset. Overlord looking for probably a mid-wave here. No, it looks like he's running straight down to here. Yep. And Mother takes the wave here. Overlord's going to get the Sanctum for him, so he does know what we need. And some minerals. Blue team not quite on the map here, so you kind of want to see the red team pushing out their waves, especially the carries. And then looking for picks. We are going to see the Boros here is going to ult out. Kind of a good use there. Got all the canceled TPs. Black Hat does TP is kind of risky here. He might get picked off for free. Is the red team going to be able to lay this? You see we have another box here. Want to watch out for Boros. He's going to get some free kills in the backline. It looks like the supports don't have enough HP. And we still have Jack left over, but it does not look like much damage. Yadi goes into the backline and gets the kill, so now they just need to regroup. The blue team is running away. We've got another hit here. Yadi is still alive. It looks like he makes it out. And whenever you have those big Boros E's, you kind of want the tanks and supports to run straight at the carries. Looks like Yadi does not take that life for granted and just sends it back to the other team. And we are back to no carry here. Jack not level 20. He does not have the extra damage, so he's not going to do much to that tower. But he is going to nuke the chasing Huntress, which does give him quite a bit of tempo here. You ideally want to have a setup for this next boss here, but Yadi is dead, and Jack is just not going to take it. He does not have the build. He is a miner. Fedex looking for some more plays here. He's going to grab the rune. He's looking for maybe the big egg here. He does scan for it, but not really too much to do. Jack running out. He does have the move speed. He runs out. And bottom side, we have the Realist. He's probably going to TP in right here. Ideally would have wanted to capture the Sanctum, but it was not possible. Got a little bit more hovering going on here. Just a little bit of tackle between the tanks. Not much going on there. Just a little bit of CC. We've got Fedex on the right side. Want to make sure he does not get isolated. And we've got the Micro running into the center. They're going to get some damage on Boros. Fedex not able to get health or get boxed. He did not have the ability to defend himself there. Looks like his team is backlining him. We've got the boss halfway through. Not really a good idea here to have the rest of the red team split. You can have your tank run around, but the red team should be kind of working this out. They do finally get the boss here. We've got Black Hat overextended. Are they going to pick him up, or is he going to run out? He gets stunned. Once again, he's picked. We've got Boros kind of... Yadi runs in and just dies by himself for Boros. Once again, he should really be sitting next to Micro. That's the only team member that can tank all that Boros damage. Jack putting up some turrets on the right side here. It looks like we're back to a it's 3 red members for 1. Not really a good play there. And we did lose Fedex, who is the main damage. So you can see Yadi takes every opportunity to kind of dash in and die on these slow and dead Manx. So definitely not a lot of synergy going on there. Got another push on the mid, push on the top wave here. Yeah, he's going to TP in, get a little bit of money from the jungle. Ideally want to see him run straight to those towers to push, to force some recalls, but it looks like he was looking at some items here. We do have some recalls from the rest of the team, everybody in the bottom side of the map. We got Yachty in the center. He did find the mid wave, but he's now going to be fighting the entire enemy team. Does not pop Tetra, but he does survive. He finally goes down. No Tetra are used. And Rob gets slammed with the stall here. We want to keep an eye out on the Boros, who is the main damage dealer. Huntress running out. Got Black Hat chasing once again, but not really much these two can do to each other. And the blue team is on the retreat. Black Hat does get tossed, but is he going to go down? He deals quite a bit of damage. It looks like he has an Aegis. He does have an Aegis, and FedEx goes down once again. And FedEx really would have tremendously helped to have a hive here so he can heal up while dealing some damage, but it's not in the menu here. We have a lot of mines here. Black Hat is going to run into them. Is he going to get blown up? He's going to get tossed. He's still CC'd. It looks like there's a little bit of weird stuff going on. Boros does show up here. He gets tossed straight into Yachty. Another great play on the CC right. And we've got the Vega running out. She is quite fast. That is 3 move speed items, so she is going to run out of there. Micro not quite able to chase her. As you can tell, he's putting on tank items. Got Yachty with kind of a half dog shit build, but that's the best he can do. And we've got Mother. That's what we're gonna get. All right, FedEx pushing out the top wave here. He did get a reactor. You kind of want to see something more defensive from the Overlord. Maybe the armor item would give him some defense, and we're gonna see him getting covered here. He did ult, do some damage, but not a whole lot going on here. Everybody on the blue team has vision. Quite a bit of stealth going on this game, but it doesn't look like anybody is carrying scans. And Jack gets picked up again. Huntress gets tossed. He does go down. Yeti in the center. He's going to jump into the enemy team again. And he's fighting Boros. Where is the Micro? The Micro is in the back. He is back here now. We're fighting the Rob. And it looks like I'm going to have to reopen. We have a crash. Back, and I'm going to disable the speed here. We're going to go back in, and we're going to finish out the replay, which is like 6 minutes. Alright, and we got our fight here. We got Yachty going in, and he's going to push through. And then he's going to 1v1 the Boros, who is going to run out. Yachty's still healthy right now. So there's a little bit more chase here. Got Black Hat fighting. Boros is going to get Yachty here. Boros pulling in the Micro Wisdom, gets silenced and killed. Got Mother running straight back to the base here. No TP usage. And we're waiting. Not much gameplay changes here from the start. We've got the whole blue team here just pushing in, and we're looking for what's going to happen. No portal. There is indeed no portal. So it looks like the claims are substantiated. Blue team getting double turret here. It looked like Mother was looking at his notes again, so we're waiting for a play here. The boss is open. We've got mines on it. They're getting removed. Blue team looking for the boss. We've got Micro coming in. Boss is going on quickly. Burrito warding off. Got Yachty running into the Tetra. He does make it out. Got a skirmish here. This is not a good look. Mother half HP. He's gonna get the. He's not gonna get the heal. Yachty and Mother goes down. It doesn't look like they're in position adequately, and it looks like it was just a free kill. Only got Jack left over here. He's dropping some mines, trying to put some moves. FedEx is going to try to wait clear here. Micro goes in, he's got pulled, he is down. Jack is down. FedEx is down. And it looks like that is game. We've got the blue team who's going to be looking towards closing in here. Let's have a look. We've got big creeps on this side here. They're coming in, they're fighting this pylon here. Probably want to pop this pylon, but they do finish the game. Here is the win. And we're going to wait for that score screen to show up. And we can have a look at the scores here. We've got We'll start with Boros here. He's got some decent CS, but it's nothing impressive. The build is whatever. He's just pressing buttons. Still good ult usage from him, but nothing too impressive here. Pretty average. Burrito, quite the good ults here. He was definitely pulling a lot of weight on his team. He's also playing a character that's just harder to pull, plus the silence, so a good counterpick to Micro here. And he was able to kill Mother several times. It looks like we've got 6 kills on Mother here, and quite a few on Overlord, so he definitely got his trades worth. And the Vega, quite a decent build here. Could skip the Eternal Drive for a Silver Soul. That would have definitely been an upgrade, but overall the build looks crisp. Pretty good usage of the Ws, decent ultimates, solid play here. Black Cat, same thing. You can see very crisp build here. No wasted items. He's got everything he needs. Probably should have gone that core haul a little bit earlier since Yachty is completely useless with it, but solid round out build here. He did his tanking. You can see quite a bit of tanking going on here. And obviously, he doesn't have to play that optimal, but still did it anyway. Mjort, quite an interesting build here. I believe we talked about some of these items here, but you definitely want to see a Crux in this type of build, especially with these teams. Psycho Crusher, a great addition this game since you've got a lot of flying magic damage at you. You really want to just figure out how to set up for all of this magic damage. Could see a Tetra here. Definitely would have helped. Phantom Menace, decent against the Micro, will allow you to run it out. Time Splitter, good for picks. Cauterizer, probably not necessary, especially since our mid player is getting some quite good items here. He just needed the Argus, so he was almost done with that build. Decent overall, could be better. And then we've got our Micro here who's been trying to tank, and he has quite the okay build. Obviously, he didn't have the room for the core haul, and it looked like none of the other players were able to find it in the shop. Decent play overall. Obviously, could mostly toss Black Cat, but he was there in the team fights, just didn't get much help. When he was able to play FedEx, and he did quite well overall, pull in quite a few 2v4s, 2v5s, so putting the team on their back, but it was not sufficient. FedEx, quite a good build as well. Night Stalker, more of a caster build. You could see some attack speed items out of him, but it does make sense considering the threats on the other team. Should have gotten a Ghost and Garb here. That would have allowed him to fight Boros and Huntress and potentially beat them out in the team fights. Game is almost unplayable without them, so he did quite well overall. New player, did pretty decent. Okay build. Don't like the Slip Tide here. He definitely needs Ghost and Garb. Don't like the Explosive. The Magus is fine. Should maybe pick up either some more attack speed or some more utility items. Maybe something with move speed. Maybe something with damage. But this finish overall not very useful into this matchup here. The Parallax, a good addition. Could even see a Tetra here. Maybe a Cleaver. Something to kind of shred through this team here. On to Yachty here. We have a pretty mediocre build. It's alright. Good addition on the Xenomorph here. It does look like he has Rathion Xeno. Not something you usually want to see. A lot of wasted space here. The Cauterizer, not necessarily the best addition here. You kind of wanted to see a Crux or an FOE from this Manx so that he can kind of lay down on these targets. Could even see an Arcbound or something else of that nature. Overall, these two slots could be better. You could definitely get some improvements, but the gameplay was the biggest issue, and the farming speed was atrocious, even worse than the Boros, who was not farming that well. And last overall, we've got our stats for our Moloch here. You can see that there was not a whole lot going on in his mind in this game. CS score pretty low as well. Not comparable to Vega, who was completely in support mode, getting the right items. We've got a Dial, which is okay, Parallax, which is okay, and Omniscience, which is passable. And the rest, you can tell, we're just not really clocked in this game. We're just doing whatever, walking around wording. So wording with our face was the name of the game player there. Really want to see a Core Hall and a Hive. You can see that the Vega found them in the shop, maybe a Silver Soul. Definitely want to drop the Sibling, no combat stats on it. We need something for utility, and we did not have it. The extra Dial doesn't really make that much sense. You don't want to upgrade a side shop item when you still have slots open, so completely senseless here. I don't know what he's doing. Should probably retire or something, or maybe go see a build guide. And that's pretty much it for this replay. It looks like it was not that effective in terms of seeing some gameplay, but it is good introspection into how to play the game rather than how we think we should play. All right, and that's it.